Hello everyone, we are here at IREIS again, and today I have Abhishek from Grovy who will be talking more about the company and how they are moving from India to the UAE. So Abhishek, thank you for joining us today.
Thank you, Vibha, for having me here.
So to begin with, if I say Grovy, what is that one word that will come to your head?
Growth.
Growth?
Yeah.
Amazing.
And if you make it 3 words, it's together we grow.
Lovely. That's actually very interesting.
Yeah.
Now, moving forward, can you talk a little bit more about the company? What is the vision and how you're establishing yourself in the industry?
Okay. So we are a real estate development company, and we have been in the market in UAE, specifically in Dubai, since 2015. Our background is that we are from a development background. So back in Delhi, we have been in development for about 5 decades now, and we have our own construction arm back in India. So coming with that background, we started development in 2015, and we have delivered 3 projects in Dubai and JBC. And the idea is that we become the developer of choice in UAE by the end of this, by 2030, hopefully.
Interesting. Can you talk a little bit more about your projects?
Yeah, so we have handed over 3 projects, as I mentioned. So we have Alcove, Aria, and Aura, which have been handed over. All 3 projects are in JBC, and we have 2 projects which are coming up, which are in the pipeline currently, which we are launching and launched. One is in Dubai Island, which is called Coral Isle Residence, and one is in DLRC, which is called Revo by Grovy. So these are both residential buildings, primarily focused towards your end users. Our objective is that we are able to build communities for end users because it will bring long-term value
when
to the
I say you
properties.
had a growth
Because
story
if
from,
end customers are living in the building,
Delhi
that's
to
when
Dubai.
your
So
ROIs
what
will be
led to
better
this
and
transition,
sustainable for the
growth
longer run.
plan, as you said. And when I see Dubai real estate, what's your take on that?
So, as I said, real estate is not new for us. We have been doing this for a very long time, and we understand how real estate essentially works, how it is translated into a financial product. We actually planned on doing development back in 2007-8, but we didn't really move ahead at that time. And again, we started in 2015. So that was the time when we really, came into the market and started promoting and building our product. We came in with smaller project. At that time, it was about 87 apartments. And the idea was to test the market, test the area, how the whole, the market dynamics work over here. And we realized Dubai is very heavily focused on demand and supply. Unlike at that time, unlike very mature markets, because in very mature markets, you will have prices are quite stabilized. The market is very transparent in terms of the bid and ask. So that was a transition phase when Dubai was going through. I mean, today, the dynamics are much different. The transparency is much better. The regulations are much better in place. So yeah, I mean, I think having all those things in place in terms of long term, I definitely feel Dubai has a lot of potential. Not only Dubai, I think UAE altogether has a lot of potential. We have seen the recent data's GDP growth is non-oil sectors more than 77%, which is on record high, and it's expected to go beyond. So I mean, if an economy which was predominantly invested in oil has moved away from oil and it's less than one fourth of the GDP, that's a major shift in the whole the revenue source of the country itself. So coming down the line, if the tourism continues, if the population growth continues, which looks like it's going to continue, real estate is a solid bet. I don't think there's anything to look at.
You've put it very well, because I think when I moved to Dubai 8 years ago, people were like, okay, oil is the main source of income, and now as an editor, when I am talking to people, real estate is everything. You have like gazillion of real estate developers popping every day. So I think the market is shifting, the whole dynamic is shifting. But you also have a very interesting take of the way you're looking at from a financial point of view.
Yeah.
Can you elaborate a little bit more on that?
So what we know about real estate, I mean, these are facts. So real estate is a inflation hedge. So what it means is basically whenever there's an increase in the cost of living, the price of real estate should go up with that. So what happens with this is real estate becomes a very important element to add in anyone's portfolio as an investment. So when they add real estate in their portfolio, the loss of money is actually matched up by the real estate investments. So technically, in growing economies or in mature economies, real estate generally does not go down because there's a mass scarcity in the market. While in that will take time for UAE in general to achieve, but the established areas, you would probably not see a price depreciation. you would most likely look at an appreciation. Ideally, it should be linked to inflation. So in UAE, the inflation is in the range of 2 to 3%. I mean, it's about 2.5 to 2.7%. So ideally, you would look at about maybe a percent premium on that. So maybe a 4% year-on-year increase on the capital of real estate, capital value of real estate. But here we see there's much more fluctuation, especially in the last 3 years, which have been quite exceptional. That is why you see a lot of developers coming into the market, which is also good for the market because it will bring long-term stability. When you have a lot of competition, the prices will correct, the stability will come in the market. So yeah, I mean, in terms of long-term view from a financial perspective, inflation hedge is very important. You have to consider that. You have to consider how it can be beneficial to your end customers when you're talking about payment plan. So construction-linked payment plans are always beneficial to end customers because if there's a default, if there's a delay, customers don't suffer because of that. Or the risk element is minimized in that. Because let's say, for example, you are collecting a payment linked to construction. So let's say a certain percentage, and you have regulatory bodies in UAE which are confirming when the construction is achieved to a certain stage. And if you link your payments to them, if a customer was supposed to pay, let's say, today, and the construction gets delayed for 3 months, so they are not liable to make any payment today. So that security with the payment plan should already bring in better value to the customer because your payment gets deaccelerated as a customer. You are paying after 3 months. When you pay after 3 months, your ROI changes. So all these parameters, and then if you have a post-handover payment plan and the property is ready and you're renting it out and you're getting rental revenue out of it, the IRR is easily above 12 to 13%. I mean, we have achieved more than 25% on the lower side for our retail customers. So our objective is that we are creating wealth for our customers. Now, wealth is not just getting rich. Wealth is generational wealth. That's when you are bringing the mindset of investment in people. That's when you're bringing the mindset that people are putting their hard-earned money in a certain product, and in the long run, it will give them better value, which they can transition and pass it on within their family and down the line. So that value creation is what we are aiming at.
That is fantastic. And
Thank you.
lastly, when I say premium living, how is Grovy standing by it and delivering that?
So, as I said, our experience comes back from Delhi, and Delhi we developed in South Delhi area, which is, I would not say uber luxury, but we're delivering luxury projects over there. Now, when you say premium living, we have to look at the kind of area we're delivering. We have to make sure the materials that we are choosing are sustainable. At the same time, they're appealing in terms of the whole design theme, and they are easy to maintain. Because we can put marble flooring, but it's difficult and costly to maintain a marble flooring in general. So we have to look at the elements which are long term. So how do we make it premium for customers so that they don't have to spend a lot of money in terms of maintenance? Space utilization is very key to us. We make sure that whatever area we are identifying in terms of the layout of the apartment, we are utilizing each and every corner of the apartment. So you will see less curves, you will see more straight lines, you will see more optimization in terms of space. We have a guideline in terms of our internal guideline, how we want to use the space within the apartment. What should be the minimum size of a bedroom? Yes, there are regulatory guidelines as well, but our guidelines are superimposed on the regulatory guidelines so that we can give something better. So if we are talking about 800 square feet, one bedroom, so we will have additional utility in the one bedroom. Because 800 square feet, one bedroom in today's development is a very big size. Generally, you would look at 650 to 700 square feet. So we will have a laundry room, a study room, or maybe a maid's room provision. So we have guidelines for that. That's how we bring in the luxury side of it. And we are very clear on our luxury definition. Luxury is not color combination. Luxury is not material. Luxury is space. In real estate, if you are able to afford that space, every square inch counts. So pure simple words, luxury is space for us.
Lovely. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
And
Thank you for having
if
me.
you have anything else to add, let us know.
No, that's it.
Perfect. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
you.